I've read that Joseph was one of the Bible's first accountants because he had to keep track of the grain in Egypt and record how it was dispersed to the people. Eventually, he had to make deals with the people when they ran out of money and started to trade the grain for other valuable objects that they owned. And it didn't take too long until they traded themselves for the grain. That's one of the topics that's addressed with the next set of 10 questions from Carl Shoup's book, Test Your Bible Knowledge. They are multiple choice questions with 4 answers, and there's also a verse reference from the Bible that corresponds to the question. Well, we're at the tail end of Genesis, and the next set of 10 questions will take us into the book of Exodus, and the children of Israel will head to Egypt. I've read that they stayed in Egypt for over 300 years, and during that time, Egypt became a world superpower. I should be able to come up with the right answer for a lot of these questions, since they're some great stories and they're pretty memorable. And also, I've just finished reading the book. So here goes with the first question. The brother left behind as hostage when 9 returned home to fetch Benjamin to Egypt was, of the 12, the A, youngest, B, next to the youngest, C, oldest, or D, next to the oldest. Okay, he wasn't the youngest because Benjamin was the youngest, so it's not A, and it could be B, next to the youngest, because I really don't remember who was left behind. So I am going to make a guess here on the very first one and guess B for the correct answer, because I don't think it was C, the oldest, because that was Reuben. And I think D, the next to the oldest, was Judah, and I don't think that he was left behind either, but we'll see. Question number 92. At the time Joseph's brothers came to Egypt, the 7-year famine had been underway for A, 1 year, B, 2 years, C, 5 years, or D, 6 years. Okay, I don't think it was D, 6 years, and I'm leaning towards A, 1 year, because it seemed like maybe they would have to go to Egypt right at the very outset, but I'm going to go for B, 2 years. That may be a better answer. Here I'm guessing again. Question number 93. Pharaoh issued to Joseph's brothers, their households, and his father, A, an engraved invitation, B, a lukewarm invitation, C, an ungracious invitation, or D, a command invitation. And I'm pretty certain it was D, a command invitation. So 93D. 94. Muppim, Huppim, and Ard were A, the closing words of the Egyptian prayer for victory, B, 3 sons of Benjamin, C, 3 rivers crossed on the journey to Egypt, D, characters in a nursery rhyme. All right, I'm going to eliminate D, characters in a nursery rhyme. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. C, I'm going to eliminate that one too. 3 rivers crossed on the journey to Egypt. I don't remember that as being the case. B, 3 sons of Benjamin. It could be, to be honest. I'm on the 4th question here, and I don't recall this. And A, the closing words of the Egyptian prayer for victory. I don't recall reading about an Egyptian prayer for victory, so I'm going to go with B, 3 sons of Benjamin for 94. 95. As the famine years continued in Egypt, Joseph, acting for Pharaoh, distributed the grain he had hoarded in the good years, A, as payment in kind for labor on public works projects, B, in return for the Egyptians' money, then their cattle, then their land, and themselves, C, free of charge but rationed according to individual needs, or D, through a lottery system. I believe that B here is the correct answer, in return for the Egyptians' money and then eventually themselves. So 95B. 96. The land of Goshen referred to in Genesis 47 was A, between Canaan and Egypt, B, in Canaan, C, in Egypt, or D, what is now the island of Malta. Okay, here again, D, I'm going to eliminate that one. I believe that the correct answer is C, in Egypt. I don't think that it is A or B. I believe C is the correct answer here, in Egypt. Okay, question number 97. In blessing each of his 12 sons on his deathbed, Jacob likened A, Benjamin to a ravenous wolf, B, Zebulun to a strong ass, C, Joseph to a lion's whelp, or D, Dan to a fruitful bough. And I'm guessing here again. I think that the correct answer is B, Zebulun to a strong ass, but it's just a guess. That's terrible. I don't really remember. I remember it happening. I remember reading about it. Don't remember the right answer, though. So for 97, I'm going to go with B. 98 is our first question from the book of Exodus. And it states, the new king of Egypt set taskmasters over the Israelites to afflict them with burdens because the Israelites, A, were so few that they were easily oppressed, B, were converting so many Egyptians to their faith, C, were so many and so mighty and could be a danger in time of war, or D, formed a hard core of unemployed and so were disaffected. Correct answer here, C. Were so many and so mighty. So for 98, correct answer for me, C. 99. The Hebrew midwives did not kill Hebrew male children as ordered by the king of Egypt because A, the Hebrew women were so lively that they were delivered before the midwives reached them, B, they feared God, C, at least 2 Hebrew men accompanied each midwife, or D, they misunderstood the order. Okay, not D, and C is incorrect, and it's either A or B, and I remember reading this account too, reading this story, and I remember something about the Hebrew women, it was said, were so lively, but I think that that's not the answer. The question is asking that the Hebrew wives did not kill Hebrew male children as ordered by the king of Egypt because, and I think it's B, they feared God. So for me, 99 is B. They feared God. Okay, question number 100. The child found by Pharaoh's daughter in the ark of bulrushes was thereafter nursed by A, Pharaoh's daughter, B, the infant's sister, C, the infant's mother, or D, one of Pharaoh's daughter's maidens. Here again, D is not the right answer. C, the infant's mother, that is the right answer. I can remember this clearly. The sister was involved too, but it was the mother that was able to nurse the child. Okay, so for number 100, C is the correct answer. Now I'm going to head to the back of the book where the answers are ready for me, and I'll see how many of these I was able to answer correctly. The first couple I had to guess on, so let's see how I did. Number 91, I answered B, and the correct answer is D. So let me turn back and see what that question was. And it was, the brother left behind as hostage when 9 returned home to fetch Benjamin to Egypt was, of the 12, the correct answer, next to the oldest. So I missed the first one. All right, number 92, I answered B, and the correct answer is B. Good news. 93, the correct answer is D, and I answered D. So that is good. 94, correct answer B, I answered B. Great. 95 is B, I answered B also. 96 is C, and that's what I answered, C. 97, correct answer A, I answered B. So let's take a look. 97, and that one was, oh yeah, I had no clue on this. In blessing each of his 12 sons on his deathbed, Jacob likened, I answered B, Zebulun to a strong ass. Correct answer A, Benjamin to a ravenous wolf. Okay. 98, I answered C. Correct answer, C. 99, I answered B. Correct answer, B. And question 100, I answered C. And good news, the correct answer was C. Okay, so for this set of 10, I was able to get 8 out of the 10 right. So that's not too bad. It's certainly not 100%, but it's not too bad. All right. I've noticed that some of these questions I'm having to kind of stop and think about it. I can remember the story, but the exact events and the names of the players are kind of escaping me. So we'll see what happens. The next set of 10 questions, we're going to meet Moses, and he will try to convince, I'm pretty sure, that's the next big event in the Bible. He's going to try to convince Pharaoh to let the people go. So we will see what happens on that one.